Imagine a doorway, hidden in plain sight, that leads to a realm beyond the physical. A realm where intuition sharpens, perception deepens, and the boundaries of reality dissolve. What if I told you that this doorway exists within you, waiting to be opened? The ancients called it the third eye, a mystical center of insight and wisdom that transcends the ordinary senses. But what is it really? Is it just a metaphor for imagination? Or could it be the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe? For centuries, mystics, sages, and seekers of truth have spoken of the third eye as the seat of higher consciousness, a bridge between the material and the spiritual. It has been revered as the source of clairvoyance, inner vision, and profound understanding. Yet in our modern world, this concept is often misunderstood, dismissed as superstition, or reduced to a vague symbol of spirituality. But what if the third eye is far more real and far more powerful than we've been led to believe? What if it holds the potential to transform not only how we see the world, but how we experience life itself? In this video, we will embark on a journey to uncover the real meaning of the third eye. We'll explore its roots in ancient teachings, its profound significance in spiritual traditions, and the science that hints at its existence. We'll also delve into practical techniques to awaken this inner vision, offering you tools to access deeper levels of awareness and insight. By the end of this journey, you'll not only understand the mysteries of the third eye, but also how to harness its power in your own life. So, take a deep breath, open your mind, and prepare to see the unseen. The path to awakening begins now. Are you ready to unlock the door? To truly understand the third eye, we must first journey back through the corridors of time to the ancient civilizations and spiritual traditions that revered this mysterious concept. Across cultures and continents, the third eye has been described as a gateway to higher realms of consciousness, a sacred center of perception that transcends the physical senses. In the ancient Indian tradition, the third eye is known as the Ajna Chakra, the sixth energy center in the body, located between the eyebrows. The word Ajna translates to command or perception, signifying its role as the seat of intuition and inner guidance. According to yogic philosophy, the Ajna Chakra governs the mind, intellect, and spiritual vision. It is said to be the point where the dualities of life, light and dark, masculine and feminine, material and spiritual, merge into unity. The concept of the third eye is not confined to India. In ancient Egypt, the Eye of Horus symbol, often depicted as a stylized eye, is believed to represent the third eye. This symbol was associated with protection, wisdom, and the ability to perceive hidden truths. Interestingly, modern researchers have noted that the Eye of Horus bears a striking resemblance to the cross-section of the human brain, particularly the pineal gland, a connection we'll explore further later. In Taoist traditions, the third eye is linked to the Upper Dan Tian, an energy center associated with spiritual insight and enlightenment. Taoist masters believed that activating this center allowed one to perceive the subtle energies of the universe and achieve harmony with the Tao, the ultimate source of all existence. Even in Western esoteric traditions, the third eye appears under different guises. In Hermeticism, it is referred to as the eye of the mind, a faculty of higher perception that allows one to access divine knowledge. The philosopher René Descartes, often called the father of modern philosophy, famously speculated that the pineal gland was the seat of the soul, hinting at its mystical significance. But why has the third eye been so universally revered? The answer lies in its role as a bridge between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. Ancient texts describe the third eye as the organ of spiritual sight, capable of perceiving dimensions beyond the physical. It is said to reveal the interconnectedness of all things, dissolving the illusion of separation and opening the mind to profound truths. Yet, for all its mystical allure, the third eye is not merely a relic of ancient wisdom. Modern science has begun to uncover fascinating parallels between these ancient teachings and the workings of the human brain. The pineal gland, a small pea-shaped structure located deep within the brain, has been linked to the regulation of circadian rhythms and the production of melatonin. But some researchers suggest that it may also play a role in altered states of consciousness, serving as a biological counterpart to the third eye described in spiritual traditions. As we weave together the threads of history, philosophy, and science, a picture begins to emerge. The third eye is not just a metaphor or a mystical symbol. It is a profound aspect of human potential, a key to unlocking the deeper layers of reality. But what does it mean to open the third eye, and how can we access its power in our daily lives? To answer these questions, we must dive deeper into the core concepts of the third eye, its nature, its function, and its transformative potential. To understand the true nature of the third eye, we must first dispel the misconceptions that surround it. The third eye is not a physical eye, nor is it a supernatural phenomenon reserved for mystics or sages. Instead, it is a faculty of perception, a way of seeing that transcends the limitations of the five senses. It is the lens through which we can perceive the subtle, the unseen, and the infinite. Imagine, for a moment, that you are standing in a dark room. Your physical eyes can only see what is illuminated by the faintest light. But the third eye is like a lantern that reveals what lies hidden in the shadows. It allows you to see beyond the surface, to perceive the deeper truths that are often obscured by the noise of the material world. At its core, the third eye is about awareness. It is the seat of intuition, insight, and inner knowing. When it is open and active, you may experience a heightened sense of clarity, as if the fog of confusion has lifted. You begin to notice patterns and connections that were previously invisible. You may even feel a sense of unity with the world around you, as if the boundaries between self and other have dissolved. But what is the mechanism behind this mysterious faculty? Ancient teachings often describe the third eye as a bridge between the mind and the spirit, a point of convergence where the physical and metaphysical meet. In yogic philosophy, the Ajna Chakra is said to be connected to the pituitary gland, which regulates hormones and governs many of the body's functions. Meanwhile, the pineal gland, often referred to as the biological third eye, is believed to play a role in spiritual experiences. The pineal gland is a fascinating structure. Shaped like a tiny pine cone and located deep within the brain, it has long been associated with mystical states of consciousness. In some animals, the pineal gland is sensitive to light, acting as a kind of internal compass that regulates their biological rhythms. In humans, it produces melatonin, a hormone that influences sleep and wake cycles. But some researchers and spiritual practitioners believe that the pineal gland is capable of much more. In esoteric traditions, the pineal gland is said to be the physical counterpart of the third eye, a gateway to higher dimensions of awareness. When activated, it is thought to release a cascade of neurochemicals that induce altered states of consciousness, such as vivid dreams, visions, or even out-of-body experiences. Some have even speculated that the pineal gland produces dimethyltryptamine, DMT, a compound known for its profound effects on perception and consciousness. But the third eye is not just about extraordinary experiences. Its true power lies in its ability to transform how we perceive reality. When the third eye is open, you begin to see the world not as a collection of separate objects, but as an interconnected web of energy and consciousness. You may find that your intuition becomes sharper, your creativity flows more freely, and your sense of purpose deepens. To illustrate this, consider the metaphor of a radio. Most of the time, our minds are tuned to a single frequency, the frequency of the physical world, but the third eye allows us to adjust the dial, tuning into higher frequencies of thought, emotion, and energy. It is as if we are no longer limited to a single channel, but can access the full spectrum of existence. However, this expanded perception is not without its challenges. The process of opening the third eye can be disorienting, even overwhelming, as it forces us to confront truths that we may have been avoiding. It requires us to let go of old beliefs and embrace a new way of seeing the world. In the next section, we will dive deeper into the nuances of the third eye, exploring its connection to consciousness, its role in spiritual awakening, and the obstacles that can block its activation. We will also address the question that many seekers ask: how do I know if my third eye is open? As we continue to unravel the mysteries of the third eye, it's important to understand that this inner vision is not something external to you. It is not a gift bestowed upon a select few, nor is it a mystical power that lies beyond your reach. The third eye is an inherent part of your being, a dormant faculty that has always been with you, waiting to be awakened. But what does it mean to awaken the third eye? And how do you know if it is open? When the third eye begins to open, you may notice subtle yet profound changes in your perception. You might experience vivid dreams, flashes of insight, or a heightened sense of intuition. You may find yourself drawn to synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem to defy logic. It's as if the universe is speaking to you in a language of symbols and signs, and for the first time, you can understand its message. However, the awakening of the third eye is not always a smooth process. In many spiritual traditions, this awakening is described as a journey, a path that requires patience, discipline, and self-awareness. Along the way, you may encounter obstacles that block the flow of energy through the Ajna Chakra. These obstacles often take the form of mental clutter, emotional baggage, or limiting beliefs that keep you tethered to the material world. One of the most common blocks to the third eye is fear. The third eye reveals truths that can be unsettling, even uncomfortable. It forces us to confront the illusions we cling to, the stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what the world is. For some, this can be a frightening experience, as it challenges the very foundation of their reality. Another obstacle is distraction. In our modern world, we are bombarded with information, noise, and stimuli that pull our attention outward. The third eye, however, requires us to turn our gaze inward, to quiet the mind and listen to the whispers of our inner voice. This is why practices like meditation, mindfulness, and contemplation are so essential. They create the stillness needed for the third eye to awaken. But perhaps the most subtle obstacle is doubt. Many people dismiss the third eye as a mere metaphor or a fanciful idea, never realizing that their skepticism is the very thing that keeps it closed. The third eye thrives on openness. Openness to new ideas, new experiences, and new ways of seeing the world. So how do you overcome these obstacles and activate the third eye? The key lies in understanding its connection to consciousness. The third eye is often described as the seat of the soul, the point where the individual self merges with the universal self. It is through the third eye that we access higher states of awareness, where the boundaries between I and other dissolve. In these states, we come to see that we are not separate from the world around us, but are deeply interconnected with it. This shift in perception is not just philosophical, it is experiential. When the third eye is open, you may feel a sense of oneness with all of existence, as if you are a drop of water returning to the ocean. You may also experience a profound sense of clarity, as if the veil of illusion has been lifted and you can see things as they truly are. To illustrate this, consider the metaphor of a mirror. Most of the time, our minds are like cloudy mirrors, reflecting a distorted image of reality. But when the third eye is open, the mirror becomes clear, and we can see the truth with crystal clarity. This clarity is not just intellectual, it is intuitive, emotional, and spiritual. Yet the third eye is not just about seeing, it is also about being. When the third eye is open, you are no longer a passive observer of life. You become an active participant in the unfolding of the universe, co-creating your reality with every thought, word, and action. In the next section, we will explore how to bring this understanding into practice. We will discuss specific techniques and exercises to awaken the third eye, as well as practical tips for integrating this newfound awareness into your daily life. The third eye is not just a concept to be understood, it is a faculty to be experienced. Awakening it requires more than intellectual curiosity. It demands practice, patience, and a willingness to explore the depths of your inner world. Fortunately, there are time-tested techniques that can help you activate this center of higher perception and integrate its wisdom into your daily life. Step 1. Cultivate stillness through meditation. The first and most essential practice for awakening the third eye is meditation. The third eye thrives in stillness, and meditation creates the inner silence needed for its activation. Begin by finding a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus your attention on the area between your eyebrows, the location of the Ajna Chakra. Visualize a glowing indigo light at this point, as if a tiny flame is flickering within your forehead. With each inhale, imagine this light growing brighter, and with each exhale, feel yourself letting go of distractions and mental clutter. You can also silently repeat a mantra, such as Om, which is believed to resonate with the frequency of the third eye. Start with just 5 to 10 minutes a day, gradually increasing the duration as you become more comfortable. Over time, you may notice a sense of pressure or tingling in the area of your third eye, a sign that energy is beginning to flow through this center. Step 2. Practice Trataka, candle gazing. Trataka, or candle gazing, is a powerful technique for focusing the mind and stimulating the third eye. To practice, light a candle and place it at eye level in a darkened room. Sit comfortably and gaze at the flame without blinking, allowing your eyes to relax. As you focus on the flame, imagine its light entering your third eye, illuminating your inner world. If your eyes begin to water, gently close them and visualize the flame in your mind's eye. This practice not only strengthens your concentration, but also trains your inner vision, helping you to perceive subtle energies and insights. Step 3. Activate the pineal gland through breathwork. Breathwork is another effective way to stimulate the third eye, as it increases the flow of energy and oxygen to the brain. One technique you can try is Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. To practice, sit comfortably and use your thumb to close your right nostril. Inhale deeply through your left nostril, then close it with your ring finger and exhale through your right nostril. Repeat this pattern, alternating nostrils with each breath. This practice balances the energy channels in the body, creating harmony and preparing the mind for deeper states of awareness. Step 4. Use visualization and affirmations. Visualization is a powerful tool for awakening the third eye. During meditation, imagine yourself standing before a vast cosmic doorway. As you focus on your third eye, visualize this doorway slowly opening, revealing a radiant, infinite light. Feel this light filling your mind and body, dissolving any doubts or fears. You can also use affirmations to reinforce your intention. Repeat phrases such as, "I trust my intuition and inner wisdom. My third eye is open and clear. I see beyond the illusions of the material world." Affirmations work by reprogramming your subconscious mind, aligning your thoughts and beliefs with the energy of the third eye. Step 5. Align your lifestyle with higher awareness. Awakening the third eye is not just about specific practices, it's also about how you live your life. Pay attention to the foods you eat, as your diet can influence the health of your pineal gland. Avoid processed foods, fluoride, and artificial additives, and incorporate more fresh fruits, vegetables, and water into your diet. Spend time in nature, as natural light and fresh air can help balance your energy. Limit your exposure to digital screens and artificial light, especially before bedtime, as these can disrupt the natural rhythms of your body and mind. Finally, cultivate mindfulness in your daily activities. Whether you're walking, eating, or simply sitting in silence, bring your full attention to the present moment. The more you practice mindfulness, the more attuned you will become to the subtle energies of the third eye. Overcoming challenges. As you begin to work with the third eye, you may encounter challenges. You might feel overwhelmed by the insights and emotions that arise, or you may struggle with doubt and impatience. Remember that this is a journey, not a destination. Be gentle with yourself, and trust that the process is unfolding exactly as it should. If you feel stuck, return to the basics: meditation, breathwork, and self-reflection. And remember, the third eye is not something you force open. It is something you allow to awaken naturally, through consistent practice and an open heart. In the next section, we will bring everything together, summarizing the key points and leaving you with a powerful call to action to continue your journey of awakening. The third eye is more than a mystical concept or a symbol of spiritual awakening. It is a profound gateway to higher consciousness, a tool for perceiving the deeper truths of existence. It has been revered across cultures and traditions as the seat of intuition, insight, and inner wisdom, and its awakening has the power to transform not only how we see the world, but how we live within it. Through this journey, we've explored the historical and philosophical roots of the third eye, from the ancient teachings of the Ajna Chakra in yogic philosophy to the Eye of Horus in Egyptian mysticism and the Taoist concept of the Upper Dan Tian. We've seen how modern science hints at its physical counterpart in the pineal gland, a mysterious structure that may hold the key to altered states of consciousness. We've also delved into the core nature of the third eye, understanding it as a faculty of perception that transcends the physical senses. It is the lens through which we can see the interconnectedness of all things, the clarity that dissolves illusion, and the bridge that unites the material and the spiritual. But knowledge alone is not enough. The true power of the third eye lies in its practical application. By cultivating stillness through meditation, focusing the mind with techniques like Trataka, and aligning our lifestyle with higher awareness, we can begin to awaken this inner vision. And as we do, we open ourselves to a world of deeper insight, sharper intuition, and profound connection to the universe. Yet, the journey of awakening the third eye is not without its challenges. It requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to confront the truths that lie hidden within us. But for those who are ready to embark on this path, the rewards are immeasurable. The third eye is not just a tool for spiritual growth. It is a key to unlocking the infinite potential of the human spirit. So, as we conclude this exploration, I leave you with a question. What would your life look like if you could see beyond the surface, beyond the illusions of the material world? What if you could access the wisdom and clarity that lies within you, waiting to be awakened? The journey to awakening the third eye is not a destination. It is a lifelong practice, a dance between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. And it begins with a single step, the decision to look within. Take that step today. Meditate, reflect, and trust in the process. The doorway to higher awareness is already within you, waiting to be opened. Are you ready to see the unseen? Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the mysteries of the universe. And as always, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep awakening.